Adam Perez writes, it seems reports about Chris Pine signing to be Steven Trevor in the upcoming DC film Wonder Woman are circulating once again. Weren't there rumors of him possibly being Green Lantern instead? What the heck is going on? Is there a chance that both could be true? I know after the original Green Lantern movie, it has left a very bad taste of a Hal Jordan version in our mouths. Could the DC Cinematic Universe pull a swerve and still cast Chris Pine as Steven Trevor as a new Green Lantern for their universe? Thanks, and keep up the amazing work, guys.
Well, first of all, I mean, it is funny how often I get emails and Facebook messages and whatever from people who say, hey, wait a minute, it was rumored that this was going to happen. What's going on there? Ignore rumors. I cannot stress this enough, how this is like the theme of my life. Folks, ignore rumors. Just because somebody was talking about it, that doesn't mean it was never going to happen. What is funny about the question, though, it is about, well, what if Steve Trevor, who's being played by Chris Pine, is in fact, or becomes Green Lantern in this universe, because they don't have a Green Lantern movie planned yet. They've just given some suggestions that there may be a core. It was about 4 months ago. I was talking to another guy in our industry, and he said to me that the weirdest kind of thing is, I know this sounds weird, I kind of heard some rumblings that they actually might make Steve Trevor, the guy who's the love interest of Wonder Woman, they might actually make him Green Lantern and play like a dual role in this DC Cinematic Universe. And both he and I were just like, nonsense. And I still think it's nonsense, but it's just really funny that comes up in the question. So you're not the only person out there who is, theorizing this. I don't think that's the case at all. I think they're going to have a Green Lantern. I think it's going to be Hal Jordan, or it's going to be Guy Gardner, or it's going to be John Stewart, it's going to be, or maybe a whole collection of them. There's some talk about them actually having a Green Lantern core movie with multiple Earth Green Lanterns, which could be very interesting and very cool. But I think Chris Pine is Steve Trevor. I think he's going to be a mortal dude, and I think that's the way they're going to go with it. Christian, do you see it differently?
No, I don't see it any differently, but I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked, but I also think it's very risky for them to do that, because this is a universe right now, and you look at Batman v Superman, they're sticking to a lot of things that have happened in certain versions of comics and pulling elements from things that that the fans are familiar with. To do this, you're gonna piss off a bunch of people, the fans of Green Lantern, because the Green Lantern fans are hardcore, and they were very let down by what happened last time. So you want to and I'm not saying it's going to be a bad move. I'm just saying it's a risky move if they do that. As far as Pine goes, I think he's going to wind up being a Wonder Woman. I think he's perfect for that role. I'd like to see someone else do Hal Jordan down the line. That's personally for me, but I wouldn't be shocked if this happens.
Sure, I think he should be Steve Trevor. I think he should be Green Lantern. He should be the next Shaft. Chris Pine should be literally in every movie coming out. You know what's interesting about this is, like, you guys were talking about how even in the other Green Lantern that people didn't like, there was a lot of lanterns involved. Like in this giant universe that we have, there's a ton of lanterns. So I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility that Steve Trevor at some point can stumble upon a ring and be like, oh, what the hell is this? Maybe he's one of the Earthlings that becomes a lantern. But Tyrese is on the edge of his seat watching us talk about this right now. I still think it's going to be Tyrese. It's going to be John Stewart. But I think you're going to have the way they introduce this, you're right, you need to be very careful because of how real Batman v Superman, that trailer, felt. And then Wonder Woman is incorporated in that. And then Steve Trevor is in Wonder Woman's life. So the way that you ingratiate the Green Lantern into this universe has to be very, very, you're sneaking around at night. So maybe you don't do that in Wonder Woman. Maybe you step back and you make that a standalone film. Then you try to incorporate it into the universe.